things I don't like. I don't like podium. I don't like mics. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me for a sound check and see if I talk loud enough without this. Can everyone hear me? Is it better with the mic or without? With the mic or without?
With the mic.
Okay, great. So first, let me tell you a couple things you probably already know. After hearing the three wonderful speakers before me, you'll probably rarely ever see me wear a tie, so I'm probably not going to be very professional. I'll always wear a suit. And two, my shoes aren't always the shiniest. I try to get the matte colors, so I'm going to take that point and get some tissue water a little later. So before we get started, let me give you a little bit of background. A lot of times you'll get people who come before you in classes and seminars, and they'll tell you all the wonderful things you should do. So let me introduce myself to you and give you some background so it may lend some support to the information I'm going to share a little later. So first of all, my name is Ellis, and I want to tell you that I'm really, really, really a stroke of luck. Because my parents wanted a boy so bad, they tried and got a daughter, another daughter, and another daughter, and another daughter, and I would keep on, but the number stops at 9. And finally, my dad said he did some wonderful push-ups, they ate peanuts, and tomato sandwiches, and lo and behold, they got 2. Twins. There's another guy walking around. They tried again, got another girl. My mom said she wasn't going to go through 9 more girls. So I'm what they call a luck baby. Me and my brother would both argue because my mother took a chance and she was so happy she had us that she raised us both like this, and she'd walk around town like this with us in her hand, right? And along the way, my brother, he just couldn't sit there very long, so she put him down and kind of just let him do his own thing. But me, she took me and she kind of leveled me right about here, right about for those of you who might work in a restaurant or a wait train. And she said, son, get a macro view of the world. Get a macro view of the world. Look at everything. I want you to see better than what I can see. So my butt was about even to her eye, didn't get the point. So, and I did this for about 3 years. And eventually her arms got tired. And she put me down and she goes, I'll pick you back up. But I just couldn't sit anymore. So I started running and I ran to Boston for a little bit, and I ran to University of Oklahoma, best degree I ever got. Ran there and came back here and talked to you today. Now, I will tell you, if you talk to my brother, he'll disagree on which baby was his baby because we're twins, right? So every now and then, when no one's looking, I'll pull my pants out and show my butt cheek to my mom's friends. Now, that's a little bit about me. So it gives you an idea that I live life to be fun, but to see the world at a macro view, see how we can make everything work. And that's what we're here to talk about today, business. So now my business background is I went to the University of Oklahoma, but I wasn't happy for the things that I saw there. I saw at the University of Oklahoma about 97, 98, 99, 2000, we still had the internet where you have to like plug your telephone wire in the back, right? You can hear the sound. Shh. If you know that sound, you're at least 28. But we did that, right? But along the way, I got a little restless, and I said, there's got to be a better way to order food. And I thought, the computers were slow. Wow, we can make it work. So I met 2 wonderful guys at the University of Oklahoma in Ellis, and we created a company. We created a company that was so good, the university sued us to get it. They used it for 6 years. Anybody from Oklahoma here? You all know the sooner information ever, right? So it was my first chance of being an entrepreneur. First chance, and I guess technically, according to statistics, I failed. But I learned. Now, I did that for a little while, and all of a sudden, a guy in Austin with a pair of jeans and some other sneakers and a polo shirt said, I want you. And I go, I still have 2 years left in college. He says, I'll make you a conditional offer. Graduate before May 12th, 2002, or just show up in Austin. I showed up in Austin, and Michael Dell got what he wanted. And he got a guy that was able to take a look at a wide array of things and move from there. But I wasn't happy. I decided I knew I still had that entrepreneurial spirit inside of me. So I worked there for about 5 years, moved up the ranks a little bit, and then I met a wonderful guy who was the CIO at the time. He told me, he said, you're wasting your time in IT. He goes, there's 2 things you're going to be good at. He goes, 1, talking to a group of people. He goes, but you have to have something that they're interested in. You have the entrepreneurial spirit, create something that people want, then talk about it. So I took his advice. I left. I started working for the federal government for a little bit to get a little more knowledge. Then along the way, I started a company called the Startup, which does exactly what I think some of you talked about today. It's a VC company. So we take just like you, who have no idea how to create a business plan, how to put a marketing strategy together, but you have a good idea, right? So we help you nurture that idea, and if you still think you still have that spirit, you have a good plan behind it, we give you the money to start. How many people like free money? Yeah, I know. But you know what? Most of the businesses aren't going to make it. One of the things I've learned, and you'll hear different numbers. How many people have heard that 90% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years? I bet most of you read that probably somewhere in Dun & Bradstreet, probably read the magazines. How many people ever go to the United States Small Business Association website? They're roughly at about 44, 50%, something like that if you look at it later. I think I took a second look at it this weekend, and it said roughly about 44 or 46% of companies make it after 5 years. Now, which one's right? You hear these different numbers. How many people think that what you hear from Dun & Bradstreet and magazines are right, that 90% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years? Raise your right hand. How many think that the Small Business Association is right? Raise your left hand. No one's raising any hand. I tell you what, you should almost make a football field goal just like this, because they're both right. Now, it sounds puzzling, right? But you see, this is something that I learned being an entrepreneur and watching businesses fail, but still be successful because they know what they can't do anymore. See, that 50% is about right when you talk about companies that close. Companies that maybe can't make the books. Companies that may no longer have a niche to succeed. But the 90% is accurate as well, because there's things that we don't account for. What if your company is so successful that now you want to take your sole proprietorship and you want to move into an S-corp? When LLC, you have to close that company down, right? We only look at closures. We don't look at why. We look at closure rates. So now you think about that. Think about someone who may have a family change and now that company's still successful, but they just close it because they don't have time to be a small business owner anymore. So see how the numbers can be skewed? Welcome to business, everyone. You can take a set of numbers and you can make it say whatever you want it to say. Whoever has the best pitch and the best fun YouTube video probably wins, right? Now, let's talk about why they're not successful. So I came up with 3 reasons that I know, that I see right here in Texas for the business that we've started. 3 main reasons. 2 you'll be familiar with. The third one, you might kind of say, Losh, you're kind of edging on the side. But I think when we get done with it, you're going to say, I think you're right. Anybody disagree with me? Let me get you guys started. When you think about this, I want people to start thinking, we say the word failure, why businesses fail, but I want us to see it as a success. So I want to get us all excited for a quick second. If everybody will do me an icebreaker favor right now. Some of you know the drill. Take a look at someone. Make eye contact with someone right now, except me. Take a look at someone to the left, there's someone to the right, there's someone behind you. Just take a look at them. Just smile at them. It's okay. If you ate anything hot, pick up a piece of gum in one of the seats, chew it, then take a look at them. So, and I'm assuming that when you guys get quiet, that you're looking at someone. You can't be looking at me. I just need you to look at someone else. I promise you nothing.
Here, look at me and you can look at her.
You ready? So I want you to look at someone. I want you to repeat these words after me. I want you to say, I know.
I know.
Not loud enough, UTA. I know.
I know.
I look good.
I look good.
Look at the smiles on your face right now. That's what business should be like. It should be fun. It should be exciting. It should know its value because it looks good. Right? Now, if we know all of these wonderful things, why do businesses still fail, right? What are some things you can't really account for, but you can? One of the main reasons businesses fail and are unsuccessful is that they have a lack of planning. How many people made a cake? Anybody made a cake? Cake makers, right? Yeah. Right? You gotta have a few things to make a cake. You gotta have what do you gotta have to make a cake? Eggs. You gotta have what else? Anybody else? Flour, right?
Sugar.
What else you gotta have?
Sugar.
Oil.
You see, now we're getting there. We know all of the ingredients that go into making this tasty cake and it's exciting, right? It's almost like when you want to start a business. Everyone knows the product they want to make, but it's like the greatest product in the world, right? You know, I'm going to make the greatest suit that ever was, right? I'm going to make the greatest internet site that ever was. We know what the end product is going to be, but we don't think about those components that go with it. We don't plan. I think David talked about putting together a business plan. That's exactly what we're talking about. Lack of planning. You've got to have a business plan because while we know the ingredients that goes inside, We got to think about the oven that makes it, right? What about the electricity? Where is it going to be made? Is it going to be a brick and mortar? Those things we think about. You got to start thinking about other planning. If I'm going to make these cakes and I have a hot oven, I might want to get liability insurance. A lot of companies people don't think about that along the way. So their business fails because they get sued once and they don't have enough money. You know, you got to have that business plan. A business plan is key. And two, we forget about our competitors. Companies fail because they don't realize how many others are in that same market. Everyone's taking an econ class. Anyone not taking an econ class in here? You should take it. The only thing I got out of econ was really important. It said anything easy to enter is easy to
Exit.
If you get into a business that's easy to get into, everyone can do it, right? See a lot of competitors. So your product is probably not very niche worthy. So think of it like this. You have to know your competitors and you have to keep up with your competitors. You have to plan to see what are your competitors doing today, what are they doing tomorrow. If you don't know what they're doing, you can't plan accordingly. So that's part of planning. The other thing you have to think about planning is, do you have the right security for yourself? We had this wonderful recipe to make a cake, didn't we? We had eggs and all this other yummy stuff. Nobody said sugar, but I'm kind of hurt. Because we got actually, I thought they put Coca-Cola in my cake. But you have all these wonderful things, but we hadn't thought about the security to keep. Where do we do that? So all of these things come into play. You think about things like brick and mortar, the capital. Are you going to do something that's going to be a web? You know, we never really think that far. Now, I had a guy that we were just starting a business, but he gave me some capital and he started taking things out of the box. He started thinking that, I don't think I just want to sell these things online widgets. He wanted to get a little small corner shop and he wanted to sell it there. And I said, Jason, let me ask you a question. I said, if you get a brick and mortar, have you thought about all the things that come along with it? And he said, oh yeah, it's great. My whole place, it's all good. I got the insurance and everything. I said, let me ask you a question. Some things we never really think about. I said, have you thought about the economy? He goes, yeah, we did have a business. I said, okay. I said, you can't really gauge the economy in a business plan. You can try, but you can't. And I'll tell you why. Right now, if you went to go rent out a building to put your company in, right now, you could probably get a decent price. Because real estate, it's a buy one, right? What happens when the economy goes up? We don't want to go up, right? We want to sell that cake, don't we? But when the market goes up with the cake and everything else, so does the cost of renting your building. It's got to be included in your plan. It's got to be there. You have to account for the percentage of increase when things get better and things get worse. So we got to do planning. So without planning, business is fail. That's the main reason. People don't plan. The second reason, which is attached to it, is we don't start off with enough capital, right? A lot of people, when they go to make that cake, what do? They think, I can buy some eggs and some flour. They forget that they need to pay rent, that there's electricity. And if you live in Austin, where I do, we have rolling blackouts, so you might not be able to make a cake. As a matter of fact, you might get in trouble for using too much water. But you have to have the right capital. You have to have the capital. And I say, if you don't have enough capital to survive the first 2 to 3 years, I can almost guarantee you that SBA, Dun & Bradstreet are all on the same page on this one. Your odds of surviving are pretty low. Because most companies won't make a nickel within the first 2 years. They may show revenue, but those revenues are going to pay for rent, capital, pay investors back. So people have to account for it. Because you think about selling this wonderful. I had a kid actually gave me a business idea to be my business partners. He said, we want to start a business where we let people drive nice cars like Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And I just looked at him and I said, you've got to be kidding me. I've never driven a Lamborghini or any of those cars. I really want to sit in one. I can't afford the liability. But he wants to let regular people just like us just drive these cars. And you know the first thing you're going to do if you're a dude, you want to try to do 200, right? What did you do this one? He never thought about that. He never thought about the planning of good work. So he didn't think about the capital he needed to get that going. So, of course, he got a big fat no from us. We gave him a really good letter telling him what he has to think within the box. But then you think about capital, it's also about marketing advertising. When Freddie put this together, I looked at one thing. I looked at Freddie and I said, Freddie, I got on the phone and I said, Freddie, let me ask you a question. How are you going to advertise this? He said, well, I'm going to Facebook. I'm going to go tell all my friends. was the greatest thing. So I'll show you in a way you probably heard it before. How many people have heard it? If you've heard it, say it with me. It's not what you know.
How do you know?
Wrong. Who knows it? Let me give it to you the right way. It's not what you know or who you know. It's
Who knows you?
At the end of the day, you've got to be satisfied with what? You've gone to school, you're going to be the best finance person, the best widget designer. I don't know, you're going to be the best cake maker. I don't know what you're going to be good at. Because you have a degree or something that certifies that you've gone through the rigorous program to make the right decisions, to be able to do that. You're a professional. So you have the what. But I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Everybody has the what. If you want to get an education from MIT right now, you never have to set foot on that campus. You can do all the coursework right online. So if it's just about the what, anyone can get it. And this is people say, oh, it's who you know. Well, let me tell you a little secret. I'm a little ashamed by it, but I'm going to share it today. When I was growing up, me and Janet Jackson was dating. I knew her. She just didn't know we were dating. Every night I pulled up the magazine with a picture, I kissed her good night, she laid in the bed with me, it was awesome. I knew her, but she didn't know me, so she couldn't help me. And if I told anybody I was really with her and that she was a paper virgin, I might not have her as a friend. But who knows you is where it's at. Because if we know that you make a great cake, we know where to go work and cake. At the end of the day, if you have a business that's honorable and we know you do good business, you care about the employees, we're going to come back. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what you sell, what the business is. If people like the business and how they treat you, they will come back. I'll give you an example. Anybody lives within 5 miles of a grocery store? Anybody? Everybody does, right? You know what time of the year it's about to be, right? You can see all these little things running around and waiting for you, blocking the door like security guards. We call them children. They're going to be blocking the doors and they're going to be looking for you to buy Girl Scout cookies. Well, if you're like me and you're allergic to peanuts, if you don't want them, you can't have them because you got to stab yourself with everything. That seems like a very straightforward, a thin man. But most of the times you don't want it because you're on a diet, you probably want to look good, it's about to be swim season, or maybe you just want to just feel healthy about yourself, right? But you can't. You know why you buy it? Because exactly what we said is who knows you. You know that little Sally that's selling those Girl Scout cookies is down the road from you, right? Right? Remember? Or you remember when you had your little brownie and Girl Scout cookie soup too when you were like 9 or 10? You remember. You know her. You may not know her by name or individual and everything that she does, but you know her. When you see her with that brownie suit on, the integrity is there. You know that it talks about helping the young lady make money, teaching her how to be a civic person. You know those things. At the end of the day, you have to have the capital behind your marketing so that people know you, and it's more than your product. I'd be willing to venture and go on a limb right now without even thinking about it, but I bet most people that buy a product, especially a second time, they don't buy it for the product itself, they buy it for the relationship with the business. Mm-hmm. I can tell you right now, I probably apply to almost over 100 schools in a year, and probably all but 20 I really want to go to. I mean, there's nothing really exciting about going to a school in Montana. It takes forever to get there, it takes a whole day, and then you got to fly on these little planes, and every one of the little ones, you got to put those little things in your ear. Yeah. It's nothing but I do it because I know the integrity of the school, the integrity of the students that will probably learn one or two things from each other. That's why you go back. That's why people work business. But businesses fail because people don't think about the advertising and marketing. Or they don't think about the integrity of the individual which hire. You know the easiest way to change a bottom line and cut costs in a company? The easiest, quickest way? Cut that down. You know, I live in a town where the company does a great job with it. They'll do a great job. When it wants to cut its bottom line for the quarter and it wants to make money, it'll lay off 10,000 to 12,000 people. Now, they're able to change it, but the opposite works just the same. Businesses fail because they plan on making all this money and growing the business really fast, but they don't plan on the employees' wages because that'll change your bottom line really, really fast. Because now you're not only going to pay the wages, you got to pay the insurance. You got to pay all the other things that no one ever thinks about. Now, don't get discouraged because I'm going to show you how you can combat all these things, and I'm going to give it to you all in probably about 9 letters. I'm just showing you this website. Now, the third one is going to be probably just a little bit more controversial. I think I talked to a newspaper and said, what are the And I told him the first one, he was like, great. And I said the third, he goes, are you serious? Yes, I am. I said, just right. The third one is having an educated understanding and acceptance to change. That's the third one. That's what's going to hurt you the most. If you aren't planning for change, if your business is not planning for change, you will fail. I will guarantee you fail. There's a wonderful book I read, and I read it mostly because it came with a CD. Because I can pop in my car, and I never had to open a book. But the book probably had about 70 pages. The kind of book I like reading. And it was called Who Moved My Cheese? Anybody read that book? If you haven't, you gotta read it. I'll give you my copy. But it was right on point. It said, if you are waiting for change to affect you, you are you'll lose. You must expect change, embrace it, and get ahead of it. So at the end of the day, you have to think of change. This economy is moving so fast. If you started a business 10 years ago, you never had to really think about cyber attacks. More likely than most people were hacking individual small business attack sites. But now you go to sites now, people have changed prices. When I worked at Dell, I got promoted my last time in the CIO office. And I did the worst thing you could do in a big company. I did a job that was not mine. I went to the boss, I went to Randy Rock, and I said, Randy, I said, do you know that right now I can get on the computer inside the wall or outside the wall, and I can buy a $2,800 XPS computer. And by the time I send that ACH packet over, one routes to our distributor, we make the computers in Austin, and the other one goes into the bank to make sure that those funds are available. I can track those files using something as simple as Yahoo. I can track those files, and I can change that $2,800 computer and send it back so that when you send that file to the bank, it'll charge me $1. It'll come back to you, and it'll show that it's paid and the funds were received, and you'll sell me that laptop for $1. And he looked at me, he goes, it's not your job. He goes, do it again, you're fired. After 5 years, that's the answer I got. So I tried someone else. Now, eventually, what I ended up doing was I did an analysis. I said, how many computers were purchased from our site that the ACH file came back to be exactly the same as the magical intended? I can tell you we're losing probably about 3,000 computers a year, easily. So someone was already doing it. They were just ahead of me. They were embracing change, right? Someone $2,800 is too much for a laptop. They figured they could only afford $1. And so they made it happen. You have to embrace change. You have to be ahead of the curve. You're not going to be able to be successful if you're not ahead of the curve. Your business will fail. I'll give you another example. This ties into being able to embrace change and thinking about marketing. Anybody think, what are they teaching here at most of the universities, the worst business product ever? And most people still talk about Coca-Cola. That's one of the worst ever. I'm going to ask you to put one just a notch above it. You see, with New Coke, it really wasn't about a failure in the product or a failure in the business. New Coke was more like, Coca-Cola's an American thing. You can't change my America, so we're not going to drink this new thing. You can't change it. It's almost like someone putting an extra stripe on the flag. It's not going to happen. You're not going to do it. You're going to be saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and you're going to see like an extra, like orange stripe on the flag. You're not going to do it, right? But let me give you a product that I think is a real example of failure. Where I'm still, to this day, every once in a while I have nothing to do, I write a letter to this company, the parent company, and I ask them, please explain why you ever put this product in the market. I never get a response. I don't really expect to get one, but if they do, I'm still going to blast it to the whole world. Bengay. Anybody ever use Bengay? Right. If there's one thing you remember about Bengay, what is it?
It stinks.
Smell. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about diversification. Diversify anything you can, get as many markets as you can. But Bengay decided that they were going to get into it. They figured since they could rub cream on top of your shoulder and get rid of that tension and relieve those muscles, they said there's got to be a way to do it internal. So they made the Bengay aspirin. Who wants to talk to someone who's swallowed the Bengay aspirin? It didn't smell like Bengay, but when you start thinking about it, you see in the drugstore, you go, I have a headache, I need an aspirin. Are you really going to take the Bengay aspirin? If you saw someone with that in their medicine cabinet or in their restroom, wouldn't you leave? But see, I'm thinking, who planned this? Who thought of this? I mean, you have a market niche. Still alert. So they bounced right back. They got back in the game. So it was poor planning on the pill. Good planning on the pill, bad planning on the aspirin. Now, had that been a small company and maybe it was just starting out and they had one good product and then they launched this aspirin and didn't have any of the other capital they had with the rest of the corporation, you would probably not know what they did. You probably never heard of it because it would have gone under bad planning. Now, there's a couple other things I picked on being able, while I'm at it, I'm going to pick on a couple other people because I have a friend who did just this and he was complaining to me about a month ago. Anybody like do Netflix or like other stuff, right? That's where most people go nowadays, or you get some kind of dish network. Well, he bought about 8 or 9 years ago, and I still can't understand why. He bought a Blockbuster. Was he really planning ahead? I mean, we already had the iPod. We had that other thing, the Zoom, whatever Microsoft called it. But everyone knew we were going to a digital age. But he bought a brick and mortar that had videotapes and CDs. He had to know he was going out of business. I knew he went to a McDonald's at some point and saw Pinlocks, right? It just wasn't going to make it. But now he's complaining. It's obsolete. I would challenge you to even drive to your neighborhood with the TV and still find a Blockbuster. But you know what? While businesses fail, some businesses take failure and turn it into success. You know where you find the greatest version of that? Newspapers. They knew at some point people weren't going to turn those big pages anymore, and that they were going to be able to do it digitally. But they were smart. They did what we forget about planning. A part of what we forget about planning is that you've got to embrace things, but you've got to give some of it away. That's why you need that revenue stream for the first year. You got to give a lot of it away. Because even if we make good cake, we have a good product, if people don't know it's there, they can't feel it, taste it, use it, they won't do it anymore. Anyone ever go to Mexico? Because Mexico does a great job. When you're at the airport, they give you tequila everywhere. It's because you're going to leave with a agave somewhere. You're going to do it, right? Because they're smart. They know if you go to Mexico and they let you sample different tequilas, you're going to buy some, right? And they tell you, they know exactly what you get. You can take 5 bottles from customers. I don't know how to do that, but 5 is about the most you can take. But they knew what they were doing. The newspapers knew what they were doing. They said, you know what? While people are still buying print and we're going to go to a digital media, let me go ahead and give you my media content for free right now. Then as we become top heavy on media, I'll start charging you for specific content. Maybe for the heck, I'll let you read the first 2 paragraphs on the front page. Then I'll charge you money, right? And now, if you try to go to the New York Times, some of these other places, they all charge you. Wall Street Journal, you start reading the article, you get about 3 or 4 paragraphs in, then it says register. I don't want to do that. But they did the right thing. But businesses fail for those same 3 reasons. We don't have enough money, we don't have enough capital, and we don't take an educated guess at what change will look like. I'll leave you with a couple of quotes that I live by in business, and I think they'll help you along the way to remember a lot of this. There's no such thing as an unethical company. There are only unethical people working for companies and businesses. So what it says is that the people that you associate yourself with my alarm going off. Sorry about that. The people that you allow to work in your company, the people that represent your company, the advertising, the marketing, things that you do, all represent your company. If they seem unethical, people will default to what they know. Perception is reality, right? So you have to be able to take a look at that. So you got to have good planning, you got to have capital, and you got to start thinking about change. I'm going to have a book for each of you, because I think we're out of time. There's a small little handout book. Each of you should get one. It'll go in depth. It'll talk about all the things we talked about, because I do have an inherent feeling of change, and I think people should be able to come to a speech like this. You should be able to, ask the presenters for the PowerPoints, or they should be able to give you a handout, something to take back so you can share with your friends so we all can learn. I'm going to wrap it up in about 1 minute. I think do I need to go? Oh, I think. No, man. Embrace change. But let me leave you with some positive things. In the back of the book, you'll talk about 10 successful things you can do to keep your business afloat and keep it from failing. I've also included the Small Business Association website, and they give a couple of tips. This is something you can piggyback on with David's recommendations. They give you a template. start a business plan. They tell you the steps you need to do, walk you through on how to get some of your DBAs, doing business ads, some of the other documents you'll need. Along the way, in the back of my book, there's a link to my site. You don't have to use me to get money. I promise you, I won't be offended if you don't ask me for money to start your business. I'll be okay. But what I do implore you to do is go through and look at the matrix that we put together. And so it'll tell you, if you want to start a business, we give you step by step by step. And we do it somewhat in a multi-linear waterfall effect, so you'll know exactly what you can do. And if you click on it, it'll give you the steps. Take a look at it, because sometimes when I tell you what will end up happening when people have businesses that fail, most of the times, they really probably shouldn't have started a business. People all want to start a business, but when they see how much work is there, they do the correct planning, I'd be willing to bet over half probably decide not to own a business or stop on their own. And that's the success that you can have before you start going into business so that you won't fail. But let me tell you one good piece of advice. You know how we said 5 years, your company, most companies fail, but 44 lives strong after about 5 years. The Dun & Bradstreet say only, 10% does. Here's the deal. If you can get your company to survive the first 5 years, you're pretty much good. Only 2.5% of companies who get past the 5th year actually close the deal. And that's for any of the reasons the Dun & Bradstreet man did it, or the reason the SBA did it. So if you can get to that 5th year, I would implore you to ask all your friends for money, get them to join in with you, and say, I need this amount of money to make it for 5 years, and you'll probably be a success if you do all the other things we talked about. I appreciate each of you for taking the time to come out and paying attention, because I can be very long-winded sometimes because I love what I do here. So, how are we looking on time? I can take as many questions as you can give me. All right, here's your turn. Yes, sir.
I just want to repeat what you said, there's no such thing as unethical business.
There's no such thing as an unethical business. There are only unethical people working for a business company. I've never went to McDonald's and looked at the sign and it just did something unethical. You know? But I've seen some people who might be working there that might tighten it up a little more. In the book, you're going to get that too. When they get one of the books, I already got it written down for you. Any other questions? I can take them all. I got time. Well, if there's no other questions, I will position myself in the back of the room. I know some people are probably not very comfortable talking in large crowds. I will take them and we will gather in the back. We will answer any questions. I did want to provide a few things to you also. I brought some of my promotional stuff. I'm going to give them all to you for free. If somebody ever sell you any of my stuff, tell me, because I give away all my stuff. Don't ever pay for it. So I do appreciate it, and I thank